Before we get started with this review, I have to talk about something just really quick. I'll try to make it quick, but I really gotta tell y'all just something. I've never had this happen to me. When I go to the movies, I'm quiet. I turn my phone off and I watch the movie. And so I went to see Warcraft today, and I'm pretty excited for this movie. I'm interested, and I sit down, and there's like 12 people in the theater. So I'm like, okay, this movie's not doing really well today. But there's only 12 people in the theater, and we're all spread out. And when the theater is empty enough to where I can put my feet on the chair in front of me, I will admit, I will do that. I mean, it's comfortable, I will admit that. But the person is walking on the aisle in front of me where my feet is at, I will put my feet down and see where they're sitting, and then I'll put my feet back up. Now if they're sitting right there, I'll put my feet down, and that's fine. It's perfectly fine. So since this theater wasn't really packed out, I sat on the second row to the top. I usually like to sit on the top, whatever. And so this guy and his girlfriend or wife, I don't even know, they walk in and they sit right behind me. Right behind me. It's fine. Just don't talk. Watch the movie. It's fine. So this guy puts his foot onto my chair, and his foot is like barely touching my hair. And I'm like, okay, his foot's right there. And I lean back to feel it, and I'm like, okay, that's his foot. So I turn around and I say to him, can you move your foot? I'm sitting here. And he says, dude, I am so comfortable. Can you just, like, move? But I was there first. And I moved 4 seats to my left. So that's just a mini little rant of what I experienced today at the movies. Warcraft. Sorry for the little rant at the beginning of the video, I just had to get that out, but now let's get to the review. So Warcraft is a movie I have been actually kind of looking forward to. Like, I've heard nothing good. This movie has like a 19%, like a 20 on Rotten Tomatoes. It is getting pooped on. Like, I mean pooped on. And so I walked in the movie, I was like, okay, I put this on my top of my list for the movie I don't want to see this month, because you know how I do my most anticipated? Well, Warcraft was my number 1. I'm not looking forward to it. But sooner I got closer to it, I saw commercials, I was like, it looks okay. And then I got to this, and I was like, okay, I am ready to watch Warcraft. And after watching this movie and leaving, I am really confused why this movie has a 20. I think it deserves a 50, because I didn't think it was that bad. I am shocked. Yes, my number 1 movie I thought didn't look good to me, it's not that bad. It's a lot better than Ninja Turtles, I'll tell you that. So Warcraft is basically about a lot of orcs. It's based off World of Warcraft, a video game. So these orcs, they live in their little orc land, and there's this portal that they can go into, which leads into Earthworld, kind of. It's knights, whatever, dragons, magic, all kind of stuff. And they go through there to take humans and bring back to their master guy, who literally takes their energy and soul out of them. And he becomes more energy and gets more power by sucking energy out of orcs and humans. And so their land dying. They all need to go through this portal and live in the Earthworld. But this guy, he's like, you know what? If we go through there, I'm taking over everything. It's mine. Earth is mine. And so the humans kill orcs and everything, and so then the orc, our main orc, who's played by Toby Kebbell, motion capture kind of stuff, him and his little group of orcs, they're like, we need to stop our orc leader, and so he teams with the humans, and they're going to defeat the orcs, and they're going to work together, and that's our story. I will start with the positive. First off, Duncan Jones directed this movie, who directed Source Code, which is a really good movie. He did a great job in this movie. The action scenes are awesome. The action scenes are really good. They're the CGI. Really good. The action scenes and the direction. Duncan Jones did a great job directing this movie. Some great camera work, some really cool action scenes. The directing is top notch here. I really like the directing. Duncan Jones, good job. The CGI. The orcs, the skin on their eyes is moving. The CGI is really good. You have to admit, the CGI is so good. The action's good. The directing's good. And our main orc guy, Toby Kebbell, who plays the main orc guy, is like Hecton or something like Hecton or something like that. They said it a bunch in the movie, but I just never caught on to it that much. But he was an interesting character. He was a really cool character. He had a backstory. He has a girlfriend with a baby. I mean, he's fighting for his people, and he's doing it because he believes in what he wants to believe. That's a great character. He's an awesome character. If they do a sequel, which I want them to do a sequel, I want him to be in the sequel. All the human characters and all the magic, I didn't give a crap about. Literally the main hero guy, he does some cool scenes, there's some cool action with him, but I never cared for his character. All the wizardry people, I didn't give two craps about the magic in this movie. It had cool special effects and all, but it just wasn't effective. Like, I know Warcraft, I don't play the games, but I know Warcraft magic is a big part of it, and it felt like a big gag in this movie to me. I didn't care for any of the magic. All the human characters, especially the king guy, who was the guy from Preacher, I didn't care for any of the humans. I didn't care for any of the characters. I just didn't care. The only character I cared about was Toby Kebbell. Everyone else I didn't care for. The acting is not even great. It's just fine. Toby Kebbell as the motion capture is great. He's the next Andy Serkis for motion capture. He's doing a really good job of motion capture. He's an awesome character. My biggest problem is the story. The story is so predictable. It's so easy. In a world full of Warcraft, you get the most simple, tiny story. That is a big problem, especially with this kind of universe. You get the most insy-dincy little predictable story. This world is so big. Duncan Jones built a world, and it's really interesting. And even though I didn't love the movie, I liked it enough to where I'm like, I want a sequel. I want to see what happens next. So yes, I did like Warcraft. I enjoyed the movie. It had great directing. Toby Kebbell was great. The action is really good. The universe is really good. There's some really cool scenes. Some of the acting is just really dull. All the human characters you don't care about, and the story is just too little for this universe. But I still like the movie, and I will give the movie a really high C+. I think it's definitely a movie worth seeing in the theaters, honestly. I enjoyed the movie. I'm really shocked. So anyway guys, hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.